Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the TCMMA podcast with your host, Chris Cross.
Whoa!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege. Privilege.
Anthony Smith walking to the octagon looking mean, looking ready for the opportunity. Welcome to the live watch party. This your boy Chris Cross, UFC 301. TCMMA podcast. That's all you need to know. Right there. That's everything in a nutshell. And I'm excited about this one, man. What are we, 9-1 on the night? 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. 9-1 on the night. Coming into this one. Only lost on Jamie Malarkey. So Anthony Smith made his way up to the octagon. He's getting checked in now. And we're not far off from this thing jumping off. Anthony Smith 37-19. Petrino just 11-0. Only 26 years old. And obviously undefeated, but this is a big opportunity in front of the Brazilian crowd to beat a big named opponent. Anthony Smith though, 35, he's slowing down, right? Still 2 inches taller at 6'4". Petrino has a 2-inch reach advantage. They're both right-handed. Petrino's not fast on the feet. In fact, Anthony Smith lands more. But on the ground, he's ridiculous. Lands more than a takedown per round. So now Petrino getting announced in. And then it'll be Anthony Smith, and we'll be on and popping. Let's go, Petrino. Keep us rolling. Yes, sir. 12-0 tonight. But, you know, I like Anthony Smith. I mean, if he wins, I'm not going to be mad. But bottom line is, made the prediction for Petrino. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. All right, so once again, here we go. Anthony Smith, Vitor Petrino, Fight 3, UFC 301. And can Petrino keep it going? Can he stay undefeated? We're about to find out. And we're about to find out against Anthony Smith, a guy with a big name, right? 35, slowing down, but still a big name. Fight's underway. And Petrino landed first on a long jab. And, you know, you expect a slow pace fight on the feet. Either guy lands a lot of significant strikes. But just waiting on Petrino to go in for takedowns. That's the key. Both guys trading leg kicks right now. And, you know, there's a lot of takedown defense strategies. You got to keep your distance. Leg kicks are obviously a big factor. And Anthony Smith seems to be knowing that, thinking about it, and working on it. But Petrino's coming in now. Nice left, another big left. And that caught Anthony Smith's attention for sure. Anthony Smith still number 10 in the light heavyweight division. Petrino looking to jump up in the rankings. If he can get a big win here. 90 seconds gone. Come on, Petrino. No takedown attempts yet. Ooh, Petrino put the head down. Look at this. Anthony Smith getting underneath. Just trying to wall him off against the fence. Ooh. Oh, Anthony Smith's got it. Look at this. Petrino's in trouble. Oh, he taps. He taps, and that's it. Anthony Smith finishes Vitor Petrino in round 1. And the whole crowd is like, not really booing, just, ooh. Ooh. And I think even Anthony Smith is surprised. He's now 38-19, and that keeps him from retiring for sure. And that gives him a ranked opponent next. And Anthony Smith is back in the game, baby. Anthony Smith is back in the game. Big light heavyweight victory by submission over an undefeated Vitor Petrino in front of his home crowd. That's incredible. Big win for him. And that's the way it goes down. Again, light heavyweight division, UFC 301. So people are going to be talking about this, that's for sure. But listen, let's get to the first break and look at how things went down tonight in the early prelims. We'll come back and talk about this. And then we got, guess what? Jose Aldo making the walk against Jonathan Martinez. Stay tuned. Be back right after this. Ooh, another leg kick here by Costa. And Borjas is favoring that left leg already. He's just going to keep going at it. Oh, another one. And Borjas goes down. The leg strikes are just too much right now. Costa's pounding away. And this fight goes to the ground. And don't go for the submission. Okay, Borjas is back up. He probably should have stayed on the ground. Costa's got him backed up. And he's just going to pound away now. He's going to go to work. There he goes. Another leg kick. Borjas goes down again. Oh, yeah, it's getting close. Let's go, Costa. Come on, finish it. Get in there, ref. Still fighting back. Still fighting back. All right, all right. Keep pounding away. It's getting close. Oh, full mount. Look at this. Right elbow. Nice. Oh, he gives up the back. Forget the submission. Forget the submission. Oh, watch out. There you go. There you go. Pounding away. Let's go. Get in there, ref. That's it. Let's go, baby. 1-0. Let's go. 301's going to be a good night. I got a feeling. Alessandro Costa wins in front of the home crowd, and they love it. And Brazil's going to be on fire all night long. Mark my words. Alessandro Costa gets the TKO victory over Kevin Borjas to start the night here at UFC 301. Ismail Bonfim and Vince Pichel headed to a decision, but this fight was dominated by Bonfim. I mean, it's 28-year-old Brazilian versus 41-year-old American Vince Pichel. So you already know the youth is going to play out in this one. Bonfim led 110-59 in significant strikes. Less than 30 seconds of control time by both guys on one takedown. And head strikes 81-23 Bonfim. So it's going to be an easy one. It's going to be 30-27 likely across the board for Ismail Bonfim. But make no mistake, he's going to get the unanimous decision here to win and move to 20-4. Best division in the UFC, the lightweight division at UFC 301. Deone Barbosa and Ernesta Carrasquet head into a decision. It's going to be interesting. Carrasquet should get this one. Yeah, it's going to be unanimous. Ooh, boy. Come on, give us Barbosa. Come on, please. Please. Yes! Oh, my goodness. Carrasquet got robbed. 69-26 in significant strikes the other way. Barbosa gets the win. She was down 14-31 in head strikes. They both had a takedown. Barbosa had 2, but both about 3.5 minutes of control time. I don't know how Carrasquet didn't get the win, but we'll take it. We're 3-0 on the night. Barbosa, the Brazilian, 7-2. Maybe just got to beat the Brazilians tonight. Can't let it be close. Women's flyweight division, UFC 301. And Ruffy just continues to bring it. Oh my God, look at this. Slide, forward slide tackle, whatever you call it. Wraps a leg around, takes Malarkey down. Malarkey gets right back up. But this guy Ruffy is ridiculous. This is probably going to be our first loss of the night. Oh, Malarkey takes a big right. Oh, now a jumping knee. Look at this. And Ruffy's a bad dude. And so is Malarkey. That's why he's still going. Wow. Get him out of there, ref. Get him out of there. That's it. It's over. 18 seconds left in the round, and this guy is for real. And Brazil, I went against Brazil in this one and paid for it. I should have known that at this point, if I was going to be 3-0, take Brazil in this one. And they're fired up now to go into the prelims. Mauricio Ruffy gets the big KO victory to move to 10-1. And man, the lightweight division never lets down. UFC 301. Joaquim Silva and Drakkar Klose putting on a show here at UFC 301, headed to a decision right now. But Klose led by 22 significant strikes, 74-52. Head strikes, 49-28. Ended up being a great third round. But I think Klose gets it. It's going to be unanimous. 29-28. Let's go. Give it to Klose. Yes. Yes. Another great lightweight fight goes to Drakkar Klose. And Brazil falls for the first time tonight. They won the first 4. But we'll take this one. So, a little nerve-wracking when you're going against the Brazilian tonight, but we get one here, thankfully. Drakkar Klose gets the win. He's going to be the 15-2 in a very, very tough, as we've seen, lightweight division. All right, here we go with the decision. Elvis Brenner, McTybick, oral by. And I don't know, it should be oral by when you look at the stats, but round by round. Still think he won round by round. Get into the stats in a second. Here comes a decision. Let's go. Give us McTybick oral by. 29-27. I didn't hear the other ones, but unanimous decision win. Yes. Oral by gets the win. 12 straight wins. 12 straight. I can't put him on the do list just yet, though, because it's a lightweight division. I mean, it's hard to predict guys in this division. But he led 60-40 in significant strikes. 49-22 in head strikes, yeah. 7-12 of control, 5 takedowns. Brenner fought back well, though, in second, third round. So that's what made it interesting. But oral by moved to 13-1-1. Lightweight division. UFC 301. Here we go, final 30 seconds. Kowalkiewicz comes in, lands a left-right combo, and then a right, then a leg kick. Okay. But Lucinda just dominating this fight. 20 seconds away from victory. Not even close. 80-29 in significant strikes. Forget about it. And a lead leg kick by Carolina. There's a tap. And Lucinda opens up. Not backing off at all. Trying to close. Ooh, big right and left. Ooh, and a nice combo. And another one at the bell. And that wipes out any doubt. She dominated 61-18 in head strikes too. Forget about it. The Brazilian's going to get this win by unanimous decision to move to 16-5. Women's strawweight division, UFC 301. And look at that. Jack Shore just taking a lot of leg kicks from Brito. And I don't know, man, if this thing can continue. Look at that. And Brito just continues to drive him against the fence, but the ref's got to be looking at the leg of Jack Shore, excuse me. And I'm looking at this, and that's why I'm like mixing up my words. I just don't see the doctor letting this continue. They stop it at 125 in the second. Yeah, they're touching it, and he's like jumping, so gosh, and the doctor. Woo! Yeah, I think they're going to have to stop this thing. Yeah, Joe Anderson Brito is going to get the win and move to 17-3 on the doctor stoppage TKO. He was up big though, 45-17 in significant strikes, 509 of control on one takedown. So easy victory for Brito, much to the crowd's delight and mine too. Featherweight division, UFC 301. Next up, you got the return of Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo's taking on Jonathan Martinez, and this is going to be a banger, ladies and gentlemen. Who doesn't want to see Jose Aldo back in the UFC? I know I do. Let's get into that pick right now. In the bantamweight division, your co-main event at UFC 301, you got Jonathan Martinez coming in at 19-4, taking on Jose Aldo, who comes in at 31-8. Martinez 1 inch taller at 5'8". He's 29. Aldo 37. He's getting older quick, isn't he? Both guys with a 70-inch reach. Martinez fights southpaw, left-handed. Aldo fights right-handed, so opposite stance fighters. Martinez 4.6 significant strikes per minute. Aldo 3.6. So that's one significant strike difference per minute. So you're looking at 25 if it goes to a decision. Neither guy really likes to land takedowns. They get one like every 6 or 7 rounds, so it shouldn't be a factor. It's going to be a stand-up striking affair. Martinez, 70% takedown defense, not bad. He's on a 6-fight win streak, recently getting the KO victory over Adrian Yanez. He also has wins over Said Nurmagomedov, Cub Swanson, and Vince Morales, to name a few. On the other hand, Aldo, we already know all the accolades. This guy's got a 91% takedown defense. He's been around forever. Lost the last fight to Merab Dvalishvili, 57-38 in significant strikes. He was down, but he did beat Rob Font. How? We don't know. It was 149-86 Font in significant strikes, but he still lost. And Font had a takedown. Aldo had none. He beat Pedro Munoz before that by decision and Marlon Vera by decision. So he still won 3 of the last 4. Aldo is very, very capable of getting wins. And it's tough to go against Jose Aldo, but Jonathan Martinez is on a huge winning streak, and I don't see that ending in this one. It's going to be a close fight, but Aldo is slowing down just enough to allow Jonathan Martinez to get the victory. Aldo defends takedowns very well. Martinez doesn't want to go for him anyway. So this is going to fall right into the game plan of Martinez, a stand up and strike. Well, Aldo used a takedown game, doubtful. Look for Jonathan Martinez here to get the win simply on striking to move to 20-4 here in the bantamweight division, UFC 301. Ooh, another leg kick here by Costa. And Borjas' favor in that left leg already. He's just going to keep going. Minute, Aldo 3-point KO. Let's get into that pick right now. In the bantamweight division, your co-main event at UFC 301, you got Jonathan Martinez coming in at 19-4, taking on Jose Aldo, who comes in at 31-8. Martinez 1 inch taller at 5'8". He's 29. Aldo 37. He's getting older quick, isn't he? Both guys with a 70-inch reach. Martinez fights southpaw, left-handed. Aldo fights right-handed, so opposite stance fighters. Martinez 4.6 significant strikes per minute. Aldo 3.6. So that's one significant strike difference per minute. So you're looking at 25 if it goes to a decision. Neither guy really likes to land takedowns. They get one like every 6 or 7 rounds, so it shouldn't be a factor. It's going to be a stand-up striking affair. Martinez, 70% takedown defense, not bad. He's on a 6-fight win streak, recently getting the KO victory over Adrian Yanez. He also has wins over Said Nurmagomedov, Cub Swanson, and Vince Morales, to name a few. On the other hand, Aldo, we already know all the accolades. This guy's got a 91% takedown defense. He's been around forever. Lost the last fight to Merab Dvalishvili, 57-38 in significant strikes. He was down, but he did beat Rob Font. How? We don't know. It was 149-86 Font in significant strikes, but he still lost. And Font had a takedown. Aldo had none. He beat Pedro Munoz before that by decision and Marlon Vera by decision. So he still won 3 of the last 4. Aldo is very, very capable of getting wins. And it's tough to go against Jose Aldo, but Jonathan Martinez is on a huge winning streak, and I don't see that ending in this one. It's going to be a close fight, but Aldo is slowing down just enough to allow Jonathan Martinez to get the victory. Aldo defends takedowns very well. Martinez doesn't want to go for him anyway. So this is going to fall right into the game plan of Martinez to stand up and strike. What Aldo used a takedown game, doubtful. Look for Jonathan Martinez here to get the win simply on striking to move to 20-4 here in the bantamweight division, UFC 301. And once again, we're going against the big names. We went against Anthony Smith. We're going against Jose Aldo. And these are always tough predictions when you go up against the big names, because when the big names win, it doesn't surprise you. Like if Jose Aldo beats Jonathan Martinez, I'll probably look back and say, you know what, I should have saw that coming. But the bottom line is we got to make a pick and stand by it. And we like Jonathan Martinez to win this fight.
You're watching the TCMMA podcast. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Alright, we're back, baby. Let's go. Jose Aldo coming out of retirement. And if you missed it, Anthony Smith in the previous fight, absolute stunner, submits Vitor Petrino and prevents him from getting into the top 10. That's the bottom line. Crazy. But guess what? Jose Aldo versus Jonathan Martinez on deck. And this is going to be a good one. And we still got a minute waiting on Jose Aldo to make the walk. So you heard there in the prediction, we like Jonathan Martinez. And I'm having some doubts now. Brazil's been on fire tonight. They lost the last fight in quick, dramatic fashion, but throughout the night they've been pretty much victorious up and down the card. And as you see there, we lost Petrino in fight 3, but 9 wins tonight, 2 losses, including 6 straight. Whew. That's crazy. We'll take it. That's going to help the overall record. We need the main event tonight, though, bad. That's why I want to get this fight over with quick. Hopefully it's quick. First 3 fights quick, so we're early here tonight. And I love it during the pay-per-view. They don't waste any time. I mean, it's like the fights are finishing fast. They don't hold back. The next guys are coming out almost immediately. And I love it. Jose Aldo wearing the crown on the walk. He's now taking everything off. He's going to get checked in. And then we'll go through all the announcements and things like that. But great matchup here. Martinez 1 inch taller, right? He's just 30. Aldo 37. 37 for Aldo doesn't seem that old. And he still looks like he's in great shape. Martinez more active on the feet. Takedown game isn't the specialty of either guy, really. They want to stay standing. And it favors Martinez. He's not going to have the reach advantage at 70-70. But he's more active, right? Over a significant strike per minute. That's 15 throughout the fight. And expect it to be fast and furious. Jose Aldo is going to want to make a statement early in front of the home crowd. Former UFC featherweight champion. And he was the inductee Hall of Fame 2023. So out of retirement. But physically, not looking like he missed a beat. Still got the strong shoulders. And this is a bantamweight division, right? These guys are 135 pounds. Not a lot of weight. But Aldo's always been strong. He's got the shoulders. And, he's moved down to the bantamweight. So he's going to have that power advantage, in my opinion. And it's crazy. You come out of retirement and you go down to bantamweight. It's crazy. Big opportunity for him, though. Martinez, number 12 in the division, so he can get ranked right away. Bruce Buffer checking him in right now. Co-main event, bantamweight division. The return of Jose Aldo. That's the main thing. We're going to finish up here with bantamweight and flyweight, so not the most exciting divisions, but, well, the bantamweight's really good. But a flyweight title at the end is, people say what they want, but it's been a great night in Brazil. Especially if you get into the main card and you got 3 straight finishes. And a Brazilian in every fight. I mean, there's plenty to go around. Jose Aldo, slight underdog, very close. Nearly 50-50. And that's just a question mark about how old he is and things of that nature. That's where that comes from. Jose Aldo. Crowd loving it. Crowd is loving it. All right, so here we go. Bantamweight division. Jose Aldo versus number 12, Jonathan Martinez. And they're about to come together in a co-main event here at UFC 301 will be underway. We just keep marching up. 301. Crowd jumping around, dancing around, chanting Jose. Just a very intriguing, interesting fight, to say the least. Both guys just feeling each other out. Again, Martinez stands left-handed. Jose stands right-handed. And some leg kicks already by Jonathan Martinez. Looking to control the distance. Lands another one. Come on, Martinez, let's go. 45 seconds gone. And Aldo staying low and staying behind the guard. So Martinez really going to have to pick his opportunities because Jose Aldo's just doing a good job of covering himself up, protecting himself. He lands it right there as he leans forward. Now takes a leg kick, another one. 5 leg kicks already for Martinez, so we know what the game plan for him is. And you see that when guys are opposite stance, right? Because their lead legs are together. They're not split. So a lot of leg kicks already for Martinez. Landing 5. Not much action, though. Aldo comes in on the combo, misses both. And Aldo's beginning to open up. You can see the hands dropping a little bit. Martinez goes in for a takedown, doesn't get it. Interesting. Both of these guys are strikers. Martinez falls, he gets back up. 2 minutes gone. Big right by Aldo. Woo. Nice leg kick by Aldo, returned by Martinez. 6-1 in that area. Ooh, left, right, left by Aldo. And we've had 3 finishes in the main card. Will we get 4? That remains to be seen. Round 1 just feels like a lot of feeling each other out. And it's a co-main event, pay-per-view, but it's only 3 rounds. Aldo lands a right to the body. And this fight will pick up as time goes on. The stats indicate that, but right now, slow paced. Both guys landed a couple though. Another leg kick by Martinez. Aldo coming forward, a left and a right, then misses on a left. Yeah, in his corner yelling pace, right? That's the key. Every 5 seconds, you got to be landing something. But he's Martinez a little jittery, right? Ooh, takes a right. Lands a double jab though. Another jab. Let's go. Pick it up. Come on, tap, tap. Come on, Martinez, pick it up. Ooh, Aldo's opening up. Crowd just chanting Aldo, and that thing's echoing. He's now up 13-11 in significant strikes. And yeah, I think Aldo's going to get this round. 30 seconds left. All of a sudden, the odds are even on purpose. Because Aldo's starting to pick his level up. And if Martinez doesn't finish strong, Aldo's going to win the round. He's up in significant strikes. He's equalized the leg strikes, and he's up 5-3 in head strikes. So close round. But even the power shots coming from Jose Aldo are much better than Martinez. So he's going to get this round. Aldo wins round 1. Both guys headed to the corner. Ooh, boy. Boy, I love the pay-per-view because we get to see what's going on in the corner. But for Jose Aldo's corner, you're telling him, they're saying breathe, but also you want to be telling him good pace. Now we got to double that in round 2. If you're Martinez, you can't let Aldo dictate the pace, right? He was a champion for a reason. He doesn't have the biggest and most output in terms of activity, but he slows his opponents down and brings them to his level. And that's what he's done to Martinez in round 1. So his corner's got to be telling him, pick up the pace. And they were already saying that. You can't get, if you're Jonathan Martinez, you can't get lost in this fight. And looking at Aldo like, oh my gosh, it's Jose Aldo. You got to get in there and fight. And that's kind of what it looked like in round 1. Yeah. Dean Thomas saying the same thing. Leg kick already by Aldo, and then the high leg kick returned by Martinez. Aldo's working. Martinez, not so much. Not much change here. First 30 seconds. Aldo backs him up with a left jab. And he's constantly moving that jab. Almost like a boxer. Boom. Nice combo. Knee to the body by Aldo. And a left jab. And Aldo's just out touching him. Martinez now tries to drive him back into the fence. Crowd doesn't like that at all. But it's not going well on the feet. Even though Martinez has the higher output coming in. More than a significant strike per minute. That's like 5 to 7 per round. He's down 7 right now because Aldo just has the way of slowing down his opponents while maintaining his numbers. I mean, you don't just land 3 significant strikes per minute and have virtually no takedowns and become a champion if you're not very good at strike defense. Crowd booing right now because Martinez hasn't backed up. He's just building a little control time here, trying to slow this thing down. And because it's a 3-round fight, every second is so important. Aldo peeking up at the clock, 2:54 left. And it just makes these early rounds so important. And the ref splits them up. The crowd loves it. 2:40 left. Ooh, nice left, double left there by Martinez. Ooh. Aldo nearly goes down. Now he lands a leg kick. Okay, things are starting to pick up now. 2:20 left. Round 2. Ooh, Aldo with a right left. Misses on a big uppercut. Left right by Aldo. 2-minute mark. Crowd really getting into it now, standing on their feet. They want to see something big from Aldo. Aldo pulling away a little bit now, but the head strikes picking up for Martinez. He leads 15-13 there. Could squeeze out this round. A lot of time left. And it's tough, right? If you're Jonathan Martinez, you're the ranked guy, but you're fighting a guy whose name everybody knows coming out of retirement, fighting him in Brazil, in his home country. And he just started the first round slow. Plenty of time left. 1:10 on the clock, round 2. Martinez backs up, takes a left and a right, returns a left. Come on, Martinez. There he lands a left and a body kick. Good. Spinning back fist missed. Now he's chasing Aldo more. And that's what you want to do, is you want to force Aldo into a fast-paced fight, try to wear him down, use his age against him. But I think Aldo's going to go into round 3 pretty fresh, if that's possible. Martinez really hasn't worked him at a very fast pace, but he is picking up his pace. Lands a right-left combo. There's the tap, 10 seconds left. Ooh, nice right-left combo. Return by Aldo. I don't know. What I do know is Martinez still trails in significant strikes 39-30, but he was down in head strikes. Now he's up 19-15. So I'm thinking Martinez might have snuck that round. Kept him in the fight. Yeah, Martinez's corner's being seared. I like it. If you don't get your pace going, you're going to lose the fight. It's true. That's the problem. And now you're trying to set the pace in the final round. You let Aldo get there and not really exhaust himself in any way, you know? Just when he's getting tired, this fight's going to be over. So you want to push the pace of the older fighter. And he's picked up his pace, but he hasn't pushed the pace. Here we go, round 3. Everyone's getting out of the octagon. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's wrap this fight up and get to the main event. Both guys saying, yeah, we're good. Let's go. They touch gloves, hug. But we want to see some fighting, baby. Let's go. Come on, Martinez. You got to get going, man. You've got to get going. It's mandatory you win this round. And then at worst, You might still lose by split decision, but you got to win this round and bank on winning round 2. Oh, Aldo looking for a takedown. Can't get it. Throws him off. Yeah, and I have to say, his corner gave him great advice. I mean, you might need to finish. If you keep this pace up, you're going to lose the fight. Right, so you're landing 4 per minute, over 4 per minute. And that's 60 over 3 rounds. He's at 40 right now. Aldo's at 51. Nice left by Martinez. And you start to look at averages can really help you predict the fight. And we might end up being wrong on this one, but Aldo's way above his average. And that tells you that he's leading this fight and fighting well. 3:15 left in the fight. Martinez comes forward. Aldo keeps moving. Yeah, and Aldo's not going to get tired now. I mean, it's way too late. Perfect fight for him. Martinez lands a left and covers up. There's a straight left. There it is. 2:35 left. Martinez looks for the right jab, misses. But yeah, I mean, Martinez has flashes, signs of showing that activity, that the amount of significant strikes you're going to land in a fight. He shows signs for 30 seconds, but throughout the whole fight, just hasn't been there. And Aldo pulling away now, 60 to 44 in significant strikes as we're about to hit the 2-minute mark. Oh, nice left by Aldo. Another one. Martinez covers up. Look at this. Aldo's opening up, lands a knee, another knee, big one, and a left-right combo. And Aldo takes him down, and look at this. And I don't know if that's what he wanted to do. He should have kept it on the feet. He had Martinez nearly finished, but Aldo's going to take this to the ground, and it's a safe bet, too, to win the fight, so I understand it. But he had Martinez in a rough spot. And unless something crazy happens, Aldo's winning this fight. He definitely won round 1. And if he can guarantee round 3, it's over. Man. Just like that, Aldo's going to be ranked in the bantamweight division, so he's back. Just going to work on number 12, Jonathan Martinez. The word is it's hot in the arena. You can see both fighters sweating deep into round 3. We've seen this throughout the night. When you get into round 3, both guys sweating, and Martinez really should have pushed the pace earlier in the fight. That's the bottom line. Should have pushed the pace earlier in the night. Aldo just working on top. 15 seconds left. And he's cruising to victory. Just cruising. Leads in head strikes, significant strikes, total strikes. And he's pounding away here at the end. Martinez trying to wiggle out of it. He can't. And Martinez does not look happy. He does not look happy at all. Very disgusted in his performance. And Aldo tells him, it's all right, man. It's all right. Yeah. So he's not happy with himself. And it's a learning experience for him. I have to wait for the official decision, but that's a learning experience. Get in there and fight a guy like Jose Aldo in front of his home crowd, and he's fresh. Like, he's fresh. But that's the way it goes down, man. And after a great night, 9-1 start, we've lost the last two. We're down to 9-3. Unbelievable. Man. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We need the main event. Jose Aldo on top of his coach. Coach is trying to pump the crowd up. So far, so good. And listen, the bottom line is Jose Aldo's getting his victory in Brazil. Going to be unanimous. He's going to move to 32-8. Bantamweight division. UFC 301. All right, so let's take some time. Let's look ahead next week. Let's look at some of the fight predictions for next week. Get into some hot topics throughout the week. And then, of course, leading into the main event, we got the prediction for you. So stay tuned. With probably the top story of the day, and that's Ronda Rousey going after the media and Joe Rogan and playing victim. Ronda Rousey, you're not a victim. You're a professional fighter. Don't give me this victim stuff. Rousey said she felt mistreated by UFC commentator Joe Rogan and other members of MMA media after back-to-back KO losses to Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes in 2015 and 2016. Why is she using Joe Rogan's name? Because that's going to give views. That's the bottom line. And Jimmy Smith went off, saying the people behind the scenes, camera people, audio people, the people you can push around and the people you can bully and the people you can talk down to can't stand her, Smith said. Everybody behind the scenes that had to put a mic on Ronda Rousey couldn't stand her. I said, why? They said, she's a B to us from the moment she sat down to the moment she got up. Right? So that's what's coming out about Ronda Rousey, who's now playing victim. He went on to say they were cheering when she got KO'd. This is what I was told. And he goes on and says, don't give me this victim stuff. I just don't want to hear it. Right? So Jimmy Smith just went in on Ronda Rousey. So when you have a woman like Ronda Rousey who now comes out, and understand, UFC is a male-dominated sport. Like, it's 90% male viewership. Easy, and that's just being nice. It's probably more like 97, 98%. You're in a male-dominated sport. You're a professional fighter, one of the most elite warriors on the planet. And now you're going to play the victim card? Well, in this male-dominated sport, we aren't having it. We know you're not a victim. And that's why you get this major pushback from a guy like Jimmy Smith and others who are coming to Joe Rogan's defense as if he needs us to defend him. The guy can KO pretty much almost anyone on the planet if he really wants to. His leg kick, I mean, not anyone, not the elite, but that dude don't need anyone to defend him. But the bottom line is for Ronda Rousey to come out and say, oh, they came after me and they hurt my feelings, along those lines. We're not having it. We are not having it. But it's very important to understand the context at the time we're living in, because the fight to push it back to the middle is coming. And I've said this a lot of my life. We may not be alive to see it, but this is a case with Ronda Rousey where this is a ripple, where the pushback begins. Trans women in women's sports, that will take care of itself, because that has divided women across the board. And even push some that might have been in the women's rights movement back to the middle. Say, wait, I didn't sign up for this. So that's the time we're living in, and that's important to understand when you see someone like Ronda Rousey, a warrior of the world, one of the baddest women on the planet, say, they tease me. They hurt my feelings. I'm a victim. And why do you do that? Because when you do that, the media eats it up. People put posts all over social media. It's in the media itself. everybody's talking about it. When someone plays the victim card, they get attention. And that's a soft way to be very blunt with you and say it in a respectful way. That's a very soft way to go about life. And maybe someone else gets away with it, but not one of the baddest women on the planet who made millions in the sport and then comes back and says, they didn't do me right. They offended me and I'm a victim. We're not having it. We are not having it. So that was a brief history lesson, right? I don't often go on tangents like that anymore. But it's you have to understand the context if you're sitting around saying, well, why would Jimmy Smith do that? Why would he go after Ronda Rousey? She's just stating how she felt and what her opinion is. No. So what if the media turned on you? Maybe the media turned on you because you caused that to happen. Maybe you made enemies that when you lost, everybody was cheering. Especially for the two people who beat you, and Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm. The media and Joe Rogan didn't turn on you. You turned on yourself based off the way you acted. And everything comes full circle. And everything slides one way or the other, but it always comes back to the middle. As we move forward, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul bout set for 8 rounds. Sanctioned as a pro fight for July 20th. Now, you know me, I told you Jake Paul's winning this fight, right? Well, I may have to backpedal a little bit. Here's why. Each round is just 2 minutes, not 3. Favors Mike Tyson. It's an 8-round fight. 16 total minutes. Totally favors Mike Tyson. So at the point where the 58-year-old would get tired, that has been X'd out. And that's a big factor in why I think Jake Paul wins. Now, before I'd say it was 80-20, 20% for Tyson because maybe he gets the KO. Now it's 50-50. Because if you look at 3-minute rounds, that's like 5 rounds and 1 minute into the 6th round in this 8-round fight for 2 minutes. It's basically a 5-round fight. So just when Mike Tyson's getting tired and gassed, the fight's over. And they're not using 10-ounce gloves, which you would normally use in a 3-round match. They're using 14-ounce gloves, which favors Jake Paul because that adds to the weight, the cushion. He may be able to eat some of those punches. So Jake Paul does have something to stand on here, but now it becomes more interesting. And I'm right down the middle on this one. I'm still going to lean towards Jake Paul because that was an early prediction, and I stand by it. But the new rules are just crazy, man. They're just crazy. And Mike Tyson has a legitimate shot. Because at the end of the 3rd, that would be the end of the 2nd, when I said he needs to get a KO at this time. And at that point, you just have 5 2-minute rounds left. Mike Tyson can do that all day, even at 58 years old. So it changes the total landscape of the fight. Tom Aspinall is going off the rails, admitting that UFC 304 start time is absolutely terrible. So check this out. It'll be in England, right? I believe. In Europe. The prelims, the early prelims, like the beginning of the night, which for us is at 6 p.m. The early prelims will be at 11 p.m. there. The main card don't start till 3 a.m., which means Tom Aspinall, when he gets a fight book, will be fighting at like 5 a.m. I've tried many times in my life to get up at 5 a.m. and work out, and it happened for 6 months at a time here and there. In the lightweight division at UFC, St. Louis is the best division in the UFC, bar none. You got Diego Ferreira, Brazilian, coming in at 18-5, taking on rising star 19-1 Mateusz Rebecki. Look out. Ferreira 2 inches taller at 5'9". He's 39, getting older, a lot of experience, but slowing down. Rebecki right in his prime at 31. Ferreira has an 8-inch reach advantage. Keep an eye on that. But Rebecki outstrikes his opponent. 5.3 significant strikes per minute to 4.7. And where it's really at is Rebecki lands 4 takedowns every 3 rounds. That's more than 1 per round. So takedown defense for Ferreira is important. 63%, that's average. So he's going to give up a few takedowns, in my opinion, in this fight. Coming off the win over Michael Johnson. Nice, by KO. 2nd round. That's incredible. Lost to Mateusz Gamrot, but great experience there. Gregor Gillespie, more good experience. Both 2nd round KOs. And Beneil Dariush, split decision. So the guy is certainly ready for big fights and has the experience. Now, Rebecki beat Roosevelt Roberts submission, KO'd Loic Razabov, who many people thought was on the come up, and Nick Fiore beat him by decision. So, I'm a little bit worried, obviously, about Diego Ferreira. I mean, the guy's Brazilian. He's 18-5. He's a really good fighter. He's got decent takedown defense. He strikes better than average. But the bottom line is Mateusz Rebecki's 19-1. How do you go against him? You got to believe he's going to win this fight. He's got to be better than what he was in his last fight. But you expect that from a guy like this. It's right in his prime at 31. He should be climbing the ladder and getting better and better every fight. So you got to bank on that here. I like him to win and get his 20th professional MMA victory to move to 20-1. In my opinion, lightweight division, UFC, St. Louis. In the light heavyweight division at UFC St. Louis, you got Alonzo Menefield coming in at 15-3, taking on Carlos Ulberg, who comes in at 10-1. Ulberg a slight favorite in this fight. He's 4 inches taller at 6'4". Both guys 204 pounds, right on the money. Menifield's 36, Ulberg 33. Ulberg 1 inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. Now Ulberg is going to be much more active than Menefield. 7.3 significant strikes to 3.9. That's considerable. Both guys land less than 1 takedown over the course of 3 rounds. Menefield, oddly enough, has won 3 of the last 4 fights. I didn't realize this. Decision over Dustin Jacoby, beat Jimmy Crute by submission, and KO'd Misha Cirkunov. Before that, he did lose to Jimmy Crute, but the only loss in the last 4 fights, he came back and avenged that loss. So he's on the come up. Ulberg has beaten everybody in the last 5 fights, right? Dawoon Jung, Ihor Potieria, Nikolai Negumereanu, Tafan Nchukwi, Fabio Cherant. So the guy is on a run. He did lose to Kennedy Nzechukwu 6 fights ago, but that was 3 years ago. So he's certainly better than that now. And I agree with the odds. I think Ulberg should be a slight favorite, especially with the striking ability and everything else being even. Both guys really good takedown defense. So this is going to be a stand-up strike and affair, and that favors Carlos Ulberg. So in my opinion, he wins his fight, might even get the KO. That's going to be the big question. But if not, he wins by decision to move to 11-1, light heavyweight division, UFC St. Louis. In the welterweight division at UFC St. Louis, you got Joaquin Buckley coming in at 18-6, taking on Nursultan Ruziboev. The guy comes in at 34-8. I like this matchup. It's an awkward one. Ruziboev 7 inches taller at 6'5". Buckley just 5'10". Both guys 30 years old. Both guys 76-inch reach. Buckley southpaw, left-handed. Ruziboev right-handed. Okay, interesting. Both guys right around 4 significant strikes per minute, so it's pretty even there in terms of pace and activity. Ruziboev can take the fight to the ground at any time, landing over a takedown per round. Buckley kind of close, 1 every other round, so he can go to the ground too. He's got a 69% takedown defense. Won 3 in a row. Look out. Over Andre Fialho, Alex Morono, and Vicente Luque. 2 of the last 3 wins, too, by KO. Interesting. Ruziboev's got more to prove, but he did beat Cedric Dumas in his last fight by KO. And Bruno Ferreira, KO. Oh, boy. Ooh, baby. I like this matchup. This is going to be a tough one. Who's the favorite? Buckley is the favorite. 1.5. Ooh-wee. This is a tough one. Yeah, Ruziboev's coming down, cutting a little weight. So he'll still have some power there, but Buckley will feel strong in this weight class. Ruziboev might feel a little weak, so I got to lean towards Joaquin Buckley. A guy's got 34 wins. I don't care that he's got 8 losses. The guy's got 34 wins. That's a tough out right there. But listen, I got to go with Buckley. I like Joaquin Buckley to get the win here. Likely by KO to move to 19-6, welterweight division. UFC St. Louis. In the heavyweight division at UFC St. Louis, you got Derek Lewis coming in at 27-12, taking on Rodrigo Nascimento, Brazilian, who comes in at 11-1. So American versus Brazilian. Derek Lewis 1 inch taller at 6'3", 39 years old. So over the last few years, obviously, he's starting to get older. We're seeing this in his fights. Nascimento 31, right in the prime. Nascimento 1-inch reach advantage 80 to 79. Both guys stand right-handed. Now, Nascimento has the advantage on the feet in terms of activity, 4.3 significant strikes per minute, 2.4 for Derek Lewis. Nascimento can also go to the ground with like 1 takedown every 3 rounds. Now, as we dig a little bit deeper, the Black Beast, aka Derek Lewis, 53% takedown defense. That's been a problem, but he's got better over the years, for sure. Lost to Jailton Almeida in the last fight by decision. Did beat Marcos Rogerio de Lima by KO. But before that, lost to Sergey Spivak, Sergey Pavlovich, and Tai Tuivasa. So he's lost 4 of the last 5, really slowing down. But still has that KO power that could land at any time. And until you get through him, we really don't know. It's all speculation. Because I don't care if Derek Lewis is 50. If you walk into that punch, you're in trouble. Nascimento's got a 77% takedown defense. He's coming off a lot of wins, 3 wins in a row. He had a no contest against Alan Baldo, and his only loss was to Chris Daukaus by KO. So I don't, stink and go either way, man. He does have in his last 3 fights win over Tanner Boser, split decision. Lear Latifi, split decision. Don'Tale Mayes, unanimous decision. So he did beat Don'Tale Mayes. And boy, this is a tough prediction with a lot on the line. Because you got an aging Derek Lewis that I would say 3 years ago probably beats Nascimento, catches him. Chris Daukaus did. Derek Lewis will, but he's getting older. You have a Nascimento who's getting a little bit better every time we see him. He's going to for the next 2 or 3 years till he peaks out. So it's really, man, this is a really, really tough one. And we haven't performed well in the main event this year. And I'm leaning towards Derek Lewis, but I'm a little nervous about it. Because it's no given, because he's got to land a punch. Like, I don't think Derek Lewis is going to a decision and winning this thing. So I'm banking on he's going to land a punch. Will Nascimento try to take this fight to the ground? If it goes to the ground, still think Derek Lewis will be okay. It's the longevity of the fight. If Nascimento can take this into deep waters, he can potentially win. But I got to go with the Black Beast. Okay, he's not 40 yet, right? And I don't believe he turns 40 before the fight. Although I'm going to peek real quick. Yeah, February 7th. So he just hit 39. All right. He's got to do something the next 2 or 3 fights. Make things happen quickly. I like him to win this. I think Derek Lewis is going to pull it out. Listen, you just got to land a punch. It's real simple. He's going to win, in my opinion, in that fashion. Through the 28-12, Derek Lewis wins. Heavyweight division fight, main event at UFC.
Only gets better on the way up, right? Because next up, you got Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. And it seems like every fight, Anthony Smith is in a dogfight. He's getting tough opponents. He's slowing down. He's getting older. But he's not finished yet. And he's certainly capable of winning. So let's jump into that right now. Here's Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. In the light heavyweight division at UFC 301, you got Anthony Smith, longtime veteran. At 37-19. Unbelievable. Taking on the undefeated Brazilian Vitor Petrino, who comes in at 11-0. Now, Anthony Smith is 2 inches taller. He's a tall guy at 6'4". He's 35, though. Petrino entering the prime, almost at 26 years old. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. Now, in terms of activity, that's Anthony Smith, 3.2 significant strikes per minute. Not great, but better than 2.7 per minute from Vitor Petrino. But the takedown game slides back to Petrino, who lands more than 1 takedown per round. Anthony Smith, lucky to get 1 every 4 rounds. And he's got a 48% takedown defense. That's going to be a problem. Lost to Khalil Roundtree by 3rd round KO. He did beat Ryan Spann by split decision. Now, Petrino's been on the move, right? The guy's undefeated, beating Tyson Pedro by decision. KO'd Modestas Bukauskas and subbed Marcin Prokhnio. But he's 11-0, but he's still got a lot to prove. And this is not going to be an easy fight against Anthony Smith, because he's got a lot of experience in the octagon, right? 56 total MMA fights. But the bottom line is Petrino's undefeated for a reason. He finds ways to win. He dominates his opponents with the takedown game and stifles strikers, and that leads me to believe that Vitor Petrino is going to win this fight. Right? I mean, you got a guy with 46% takedown defense and Anthony Smith. That's not going to hold up. Doesn't sit well. Vitor Petrino wins this fight, likely by decision, 30-27. The straight control time here, in my opinion, light heavyweight division, UFC 301. Yeah, and it's rough again. I mean, Anthony Smith is slowing down. He's taking on up-and-comers, guys that are motivated, that have more time in front of them.
The TCMMA podcast. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Well. Looks like we're all over the place tonight. The bottom line is we got Alex Pantoja beating Steve Erceg. And we're 6-8 on the year. I mean, this is huge. Absolutely huge. Both guys in the octagon. Pantoja coming out to 50 cent. That makes me feel better. For sure. How can you not rock with a guy who comes out to 50 cent? Let's go Pantoja, retain the belt, and basically clear out the division with the win here. When you're a champion and you're facing a guy that's like 4, 5, 6 in the division, even 3, you're like clearing it out, more or less. That's what's happening. So Steve Erceg is getting introduced first. He's 5'8", 3 inches taller than Pantoja. We didn't get to play the prediction because we screwed that up. But Pantoja 34, right? Exiting that prime, but he's still there. Erceg 28, he's entering it. Both guys 68-inch reach, both guys right-handed. Both guys 4.5 significant strikes per minute. Both guys can land takedowns. I mean, it's a very interesting matchup. Pantoja a heavy favorite. Expected to win, but you never know. Brazil's had a great night too. They'd love to get this. And after Jose Aldo got the win earlier in the previous fight, it definitely got the crowd re-energized. After Anthony Smith finished Vitor Petrino really quick in the first. Yes, you heard that right. All right, so here we go. Pantoja versus Erceg for the flyweight title. And people said all they want about this card, but it doesn't matter. It's in Brazil. Brazilians are winning. The crowd is loving it. They're excited. And they want to see their champion retain the belt. And so do I. It's real simple. Erceg bouncing around. He's ready. He's 12-1, ladies and gentlemen. He's 12-1. And are we going to get a 5-round battle that's going to last 30 minutes, or are we going to get a quick finish? Pantoja coming in already with a big right. You're going to see the speed from him. Being aggressive already, coming in for the takedown. And he can't get it. We'll see if they can get out of this. Nice knee there by Pantoja. He shoves off Erceg. They're back in the center. And I would love nothing more tonight than to get a quick finish. I'm going to be honest. Big right there by Pantoja. Boy, he's short, but he's got power. Erceg tall, right? He's got a 3-inch height advantage, so he's punching down. That's a big factor too. The reach isn't there. It's equal, but he's still punching down. And he's already causing problems for Pantoja. Nice leg kick there. Steve Erceg takes a left-right combo. He gets out of dodge. Comes back in, takes a couple to the body. Looking for the takedown now. He's not going to get it. Pantoja shoves him off. And I don't care if it's the flyweight division, heavyweight, whatever division you want. When there's a title on the line, makes it even more interesting. That if something big happens, the title could switch hands in a moment's notice. First two gone here, round one. Boy, Pantoja's aggressive. Nice right there by Erceg. So very close already. I mean, just like the numbers would indicate, 17-16 Erceg. Significant strikes, but 13-5 in head strikes. That's important. Pantoja working the body and the leg kicks, but the judges don't always reward you for those. But they do pay off. Ooh, and Pantoja gets the takedown. Here we go. Pantoja really getting that head in there. Right on the chin. Erceg looking to push off. He does momentarily. Pantoja re-engages. Lands a knee to the body. And it was close to being a downed opponent. That was the question there, but no problems right now. They continue. 140 left here in the opening round. And this is where Pantoja's strong, right? Erceg can get out of these positions. He can do well here, but Pantoja's just good at just controlling you on the ground. And he's short, he's strong, he's got power, he gets you to the ground, he pins you there, and then he just goes to work. Under 1 minute, round one. Yeah, Erceg did a good job making sure he didn't give up his back, but he is definitely struggling in this position. This is going to pay off for Pantoja. And he's pounding away now, 40 seconds left. Erceg working his way up, though. Twenty seconds left. Now Erceg looking for the takedown. Momentarily takes it back. Pantoja flips it immediately. And they're both going to get out of there. 10 seconds left. There's a tap. And a good first round. It's only going to get better. And that'll do it. So 22-17, Pantoja in significant strikes. 29-19 overall. Total. 13-10, Erceg in head strikes. So it's very close. I think Pantoja gets that round because he did have 2 takedowns, 2 minutes of control. And if you can do that and just even up the strike game, which he did and took the lead, he should get the round. And also his punches are more powerful when he lands. And they're getting Erceg all cleaned up in the corner. Doesn't look tired, really. Looks like he can do this for 5 rounds. They're telling him Pantoja's tired, but I don't think so. Pantoja staring him down. Erceg dancing around in the corner. Both guys ready for round 2. And you'll slowly start to see this fight pick up. Definitely. Titles on the line. And a big right by Pantoja started off. I was looking for the takedown once again. Erceg flips him around. Erceg takes a knee. And now Pantoja in control here, first 20 seconds. Already building up more control time. And I think you're going to see a steady flow of this. And Erceg's going to have to prove that, he can contain Pantoja, keep the fight on the feet where you have the advantage. And really, I'd say Erceg has like a little bit of an advantage on the feet. It's not like big time. So when Pantoja does control him, that's like when he takes over, when he comes back. Man, he's doing a good job landing leg kicks. Trying to get into the body. Erceg backs him up with a left jab. But Erceg looking pretty good in round 2, at least this point in the fight, right? Because right now Pantoja is dominating the division. But Pantoja gets another takedown. That's 3. And he's headed towards 3 minutes of control time. Ooh, the full mount. Look at this. Almost. No, is it? Yeah, he does got it. Oh, don't lose the position. Dadgummit. Yeah, Erceg doing a good job on the ground. I mean, really good defense down here. It's just Pantoja's a little better. But Erceg's doing a good job of getting out of certain situations, including the full mount. Now they're back to their feet. Incredible. So Erceg doing a good job. Still losing the fight, but doing a good job getting back to the feet. There's a positive. He's leading in head strikes 20-14. Now he looks for the takedown. Ooh. Put his head down. It wasn't a good idea. Luckily, he gets out of it. 2 minutes left here, round 2. And if you're Erceg, you're in here with the champ. It doesn't look like the champ's dominating by any means. You got to start to get confidence and take over the fight if you want the belt. Especially when the champion's Brazilian and you're in Brazil. You got to win the belt. And when I say that, I mean, you can't just let it be close. You're going to have to take over and really win. A big right elbow by Erceg, who lands another left. Erceg comes in for the takedown, though. Or excuse me, Pantoja. And that'll be 4 takedowns. But Erceg stands him right up. And gets out of it. Almost takes the back. I'll tell you what, things are tightening up. 1 minute mark here, round number 2. Interesting moments here for Pantoja. Seems to me he's fading a little bit. Erceg seems to be taking over. Good round for him. Left-right combo lands. And the difference in this round is he's limited the takedowns. He's given up 2, but... Ooh. Big leg kick by Pantoja. 30 seconds left. Good round for Erceg. Pantoja looking for another takedown. And he gets it. See, and that's the only problem, is that Pantoja's really controlling the fight that way. Erceg did much better in round 2, but not finishing the round with a good look. But still probably got the round. 2 rounds in the books. 39-38 Erceg and significant strikes, so very close there. But head strikes 32-20 Erceg. So you got the head strikes versus takedown from Pantoja, but just 320. Think about this, 5 takedowns, Just 325 in control. So he's averaging about, what, 40 seconds, 35 seconds on each takedown? That means Erceg's doing a good job of getting out of it. And nervous times right now for the champ. Erceg has said he's going to come in here and win the belt. And he's looking like he's got an opportunity here in round 3 to really take over this fight. That's how it feels. Could go either way. But when you think that, it could go either way. Erceg's not fighting bad. It's probably 1-1. These should all be confidence boosters for the contender, for sure. Round 3 underway. Pantoja starts quick. Whips a couple jabs, lands a right. Comes in and lands a knee. Now Erceg's going to drive him back to the fence. Pantoja flips it. Now Erceg flips it. And they separate. If Erceg can keep Pantoja off, he can win this fight. Yeah, and everybody's saying the same thing. 19-19 going into round 3. Very close right now. Come on, Pantoja. Got to pick up the pace. Pantoja working the body. But it's getting more and more clear that it's going to be harder for him to land takedowns. Erceg has also shown that he can get out of it anyway. And this fight the momentum is slowly switching to Erceg. Still early in round 3 though, minute 45 gone. Let's go, Pantoja, let's go. And the longer this fight goes, it's just clear that it's going to be on the feet more and more. It just favors Erceg. Pantoja landing more crisp shots this round, though. Just Erceg leads 40-25 in head strikes, so it seems like Pantoja's doing better than he is. You look at the stats, you're like, okay. Erceg continues to touch him. Even. The odds are even at the halfway mark. Brief time. They'll get back to action here. Pantoja just pinning him up against the fence. Now Erceg flips off again. 6 takedowns now for Pantoja, but under 4 of control. Come on, Pantoja, please get this dub, please. Champions are safe in 2024, I'll tell you right now. Champions are not safe. Oh, here we go. They're opening up. Pantoja shoots in for the takedown after taking a right. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. And Pantoja had to immediately go in for the takedown after he took that right hand. 120 left, round 3. Boy, they're already showing it in slow motion. That's crazy. Boom. That's something sort of new, the replay during the fight. Interesting.
And I'll tell you what, Pantoja really helping himself here by pinning Erceg to the ground. 5:15 of control on 7 takedowns. And that could be the most misleading stat at the end of this fight, is it may look like Pantoja had all these takedowns. He might even get over 10 of control, but he's not doing much with it, and Erceg continually stands up. Oh, Pantoja looking to take the back. Boy, and they're fighting over that left arm. Now Pantoja postures up. He sees 10 seconds on the clock, so he's not going to get the sub. So now he's trying to do something with it, but Erceg stands up too. And Pantoja looks for another takedown. And, yeah, you got 8 takedowns, but just 5:18 of control. He may have won that round. And Pantoja grabs his head, and his corner is going to clean that up real quick. So we're into the championship rounds. Final fight of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4 coming up. And they're really working on Pantoja in the corner. I mean, the belt isn't secure right now. I mean, I think he won that round, but he's down by 16 head strikes, so it's like, I don't know, man. But he's still up in significant strikes. Very close. Just knowing the way that the judges score these things, you don't get much credit for the takedowns and control time, especially when it's not lasting long and you're not doing a lot with it. Boy, we're seeing these replays, man. Big right elbow by Erceg, followed by the left. And it happened very quickly. Round 4 underway. Boy, you just never know with these things. We started out the main card with 3 quick finishes. And then you get to the co-main event. You have a decision. Aldo wins. Now we're in the main event, round 4. We might get back-to-back decisions to finish this night off, but it was fireworks earlier, that's for sure. When Erceg went in for the takedown, he couldn't get it. Pantoja spins off. Like, why are you trying to go to the ground with Pantoja? Keep this fight standing. Boy, and Erceg's number 10. I didn't realize that. That's crazy. Number 10 fighting for the belt. Pantoja shoots in, drives him back, lands a leg kick. And he's number 10, but he's 12-1. Nice uppercut there by Erceg. So it's like it makes you wonder when you're like a Hamza fan or some of these other guys, like, can't get a title shot for nothing. And you see Steve Erceg here at number 10 getting a title shot. And that's just one example, Hamza. There's others, guys we think can win right now. In other divisions, they don't get the opportunity, but in the flyweight, they do, because you look up from 1 to 9 and you don't see much. You see like the Brandon Morenos and Alex Perez, but Pantoja's already gone to work against those guys. So why not give Steve Erceg an opportunity? It's paying off because he's dominating head strikes, 58-36. Significant strikes are getting closer to even. And Erceg's having a good round 4, and it could come down to round 5. Beam. Yeah, Pantoja's leading in all the categories that won't matter. Leg kicks, body shots, 8 takedowns, 5:18 in control. But on the other end, Erceg is just overwhelmingly landing more head strikes, 63 to 38. And this belt is not secure. Ladies and gentlemen, this belt is not secure. It's up for grabs. I'm telling you. 140 left, round 4. And when was the last time in the watch party we went 0 for 3? I don't think that's happened this year. Luckily, we were 9-1 before the show started. I mean, we're secure on the winning night, but main event's been rough this year. 6-8, and this would be terrible to go to 6-9. When these guys are going at it right now. Pantoja coming in with a left, right, left. Erceg backs off. He lands a left-right combination on the way out, too. 30 seconds left from a decisive round. Could Erceg be up 3 rounds to 1? That's the other thing. Round 3 was close. And man, the interesting discussion now, 5 seconds left in this round, is going to be, is Erceg up 3-1? Which would mean this thing is basically over, barring a 10-8, or is it 2-2? And there's probably one judge that has already given this thing to Erceg. So I think if Pantoja has a chance, he's got to dominate in round 5. And Pantoja's corner getting on him a little bit, telling him what he's doing wrong. Moving back, not forward. And it's true. Like, the aggressor is the guy that's moving forward, and that's been Steve Erceg. Round 5, decisive round for the title. This is the other problem when people talk about the flyweight. Like, if you come in here and get a big KO or something, people will be like, all right, we can respect the division. But you come in here and get, 5-round decision, it's like, see, that's why we don't watch the flyweight. So it's like you really would rather see something happen. And Pantoja's starting to get more aggressive. He realizes he's about to lose the belt to the number 10 contender if he doesn't do something big here. Some people saying 2-2. And exactly what everyone else is saying. This guy's saying 2-2 could be 3-1. But a lot of people saying it's all tied up 38-38. So maybe Pantoja got round 3. That's the question mark right now. We don't know. But what we do know is he must have round 5. There's no way Pantoja's up 3-1. There is a possibility that Erceg is up 3-1. Ooh, a little bit grab at a fence there by Pantoja. Or is that Erceg? Erceg, excuse me. Some boos from the crowd. 90 seconds gone, 3:30 left. So far, Pantoja looking good in round 5. And Erceg being patient, very patient here, does not want to get taken down. And now he does. Pantoja sits him down. Oh, Erceg gets out of it again. Just unbelievable. And that's the story of the fight. Erceg dominating on the feet, and we can say that now. He's up 97-88 in significant strikes, 106-102 in total, so those are both very close. But then when you get into the nitty-gritty, Erceg 78-48 in head strikes. And if Pantoja wins, he's going to win by barely. And there's going to be a lot of people leaving thinking Erceg should have won. So, but it's close. In terms of the rounds, that's the big thing. Pantoja didn't win any rounds big. If he has a chance here, you got to think that he won rounds 1 and 3, which were close, a little bit slower paced rounds. You got to think that he won both of those. That's a stretch. But again, it is in Brazil, so. $150 on the clock. Nice left by Pantoja. Let's go. I mean, when you look at both fighters and then after the fight, there's going to be no way you think Pantoja won. Like, just looking at him. Act like you didn't see the fight. Look at both of their faces, and you're going to be like, Steve Erceg won by a lot. Now Pantoja on top here with 110 left in a fight. Crowd cheering, though. They understand how important this could be. Steve Erceg doing everything he can to get out of this, not able to do it. And the reason this is so big is if they give this to Pantoja 48-47, which is what it would be on 2 judges' scorecards, all 3 of those rounds that he won are going to be like barely. But you could make the case that that's what happened. So Pantoja doing a good job of control here. He's over 8-15 of control on 9 takedowns. Got to the full mount. Steve Erceg works one leg out. And there's a tap. 10 seconds left in this fight. And then we got to wait for a decision. Crazy. Just crazy. And Pantoja jumps on top of the octagon. Steve Erceg kneeling in the corner. He's obviously tired. He worked really hard here. He trailed 120 to 113 in total strikes. So Pantoja came back, led 198 significant strikes, 80 to 54 in head strikes. And Pantoja does not look happy in the corner. So it's close, man. Very close. Bing. Look at these guys just trading, man. Bing, bing. Bing. Both guys had their moments, man, but to me, Erceg on the feet, better. Pantoja with the ability to get a bunch of takedowns, 9, right? That's 2 per round. So, much better than the average. And their numbers kind of held up. Both guys' numbers held up. You know, could go either way in a few areas, but the numbers are really close to what you thought they would be if it goes to a decision, because you're dealing with two guys that have enough fights to where you can look at those stats. And it just comes down to what's more important, the head strikes or the control time. And I think it's the head strikes, but again, it's in Brazil. Won't be surprised with a 48-47 for the champ. And all 3 rounds close that he won. Here we go. God, I hate to see Erceg get robbed, but we need this fight, man. Please. Please. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Come on. It's unanimous. 48-47. 48-47. 49-46. That's got to be Erceg. And still, what? Somebody gave him 4 rounds. Are you crazy? But as we said, if he gets 3 rounds, you can't be mad. And it was unanimous. So now Erceg is going to have to battle 2-3 fights and really work through the division now to get back here. But he does have something to say. Like, look at the numbers. I won on head strikes, but what he's got to do is work on the takedown defense. Not let the guy get 9 takedowns in 8 minutes of control, and then you win the belt. That's the bottom line, because you're better on the feet. And for the first time, it didn't look easy for Pantoja. But he gets to win anyway and retains the flyweight belt, and still, baby, at UFC 301. So that'll do it for the watch party. It's been real. Final 3 fights. We at least get the main event. We're back to 7-8 and 10-3 on the night. So very, very successful. We'll take it. For now, it's your boy Chris Cross. Hope you have a great day and God bless. As always, peace.